Hey there everyone, my name's Haley and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful makeup look in less than 25 minutes. So if you'd like to see how to accomplish this look, then keep on watching and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thanks.
Okay guys, so the first thing I'm doing is taking my Even Better Refresh makeup and I'm applying that with a damp beauty blender. What you want to do is make sure that you are bouncing your beauty blender. You don't want to be dragging it or swiping it. That's just going to soak up a whole lot of your product, and having it damp as well helps with that too, and it just gives it a lot better of a blend. So I'm just bouncing until I get everything all blended the way I'd like it. I love this foundation. It's hydrating, it's line smoothing. It's good for all skin types. I'm more of an oily skin type and it actually does really well for me. The next product I'm taking is the e.l.f. concealer in probably the lightest shade because I have some pretty dark circles. So I like to apply right underneath the eyes, drag it up the cheekbones, the nose, a little bit on the forehead and the upper lip. So this is going to create a highlight. It gives a nice lifting effect to the cheekbones when you drag it up the way that I just did there. And again, I'm just taking that beauty blender and blending everything out, bouncing. Everyone applies their concealer a little bit differently, but I do like to use it to conceal, brighten, and also add some highlight to different areas of the face. So if you do it a little bit differently, don't feel bad, but I do like to use this technique. And you just want to make sure that you blend those edges out really well so you don't have any harsh lines or anything like that. Now that I'm all blended, I am super pale, so we're going to go back in and add some color. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm taking a powder brush and I'm just kind of tapping it, pressing it into the skin. This helps keep everything in place. I am pretty oily, so I like to do quite a bit of powder to help to absorb that shine throughout the day. I definitely like to focus it around my nose. That's where I get the most oily, in that T-zone area. And now I am going to be applying some bronzer. I'm actually using a Lancome bronzer. I think it's in the shade Sun-Kissed. And I'm applying that underneath my cheekbones and with a big fluffy brush. And then I'm bringing it up around the temples, just blending it out really well. So no harsh lines again. You're just adding some nice warmth to the face. And it's also doing a light contour as well. I like my contour to look very natural, but I do like to play on the natural features of the face. Take it around the forehead as well. This is kind of where the sun naturally hits down on the face, so it's giving that warmth again, just a nice sun-kissed glow. And just blending a little bit under the jawline if you'd like. Next, I'm taking a little bit thinner of a brush and I'm doing a light contour on my nose. I kind of do it just on the sides really, and I bring it up to the brow. Next, I'm going to be grabbing the Clinique Pop Blush in Heather Pop, and I'm taking a smaller blush brush and I'm going to blend that on the very tops of my cheekbones. I like to focus the color more on the higher parts of the cheekbone so it gives more of that lifted effect again, and I'm just blending so there's no harsh lines, everything just flows together. I like a lot of blush, I like some color, so I'm just kind of layering, but you feel free to do as much or as little as you'd like. Now I'm going back with that Fit Me powder and I'm taking the sponge and I'm doing a sculpting technique here. So I'm just going to clean up underneath where I did my bronzer. So again, this is just going to really give that sculpted, contoured look. This is going to help clean that up, keep the cheekbones nice and high. Some people do baking. If you want to do baking, that's fine. This just saves me a lot of time, so it still gives a similar effect as the baking would. Now I'm taking another brush just to blend out the line at the bottom so it's not super harsh it's just going to blend that out. Now I'm moving on to the brows. I'm using the NYX eyebrow pencil, and I accidentally grabbed the wrong one that was empty. So here's the one that I actually needed. So I like to focus my liner more on like the bottom part of the brow, give more of a solid line there, and then not quite so much at the top, just so it looks a little bit more natural, just kind of filling in the natural shape of the brow. And I do like to brush back with the brush end as well, again, just to kind of soften up a little bit, keep the brows nice and full and fluffy. I do like a skinnier pencil for this. I find that it just shapes it easier, but whatever you prefer really is fine. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is taking a small concealer brush, and I'm going to take that concealer that I used again, and I'm going to carve out the brows. So really all you're doing is just cleaning up those lines with the concealer. Just going to make it look nice and clean and sharp. Really show off that shape. Sometimes I do my brows before I do the rest of my makeup, but today I decided to do it this way. I don't really think there's a right or wrong when it comes to order of makeup. I switch around how I do things all the time, and I think that's fine. Makeup is meant to be creative and try new things. So now I'm going to get my brushes together and I'm gonna jump into eyeshadow. So I'm taking a holiday palette here from Clinique, and I'm taking the whitest shade just to kind of give a base for my shadow. I definitely like to focus it underneath the brow and in the inner corner. Underneath the brow is going to lift that up, and in the inner corner give some more of that brightness just to wake us up a little bit more, open up the eyes. And I'm just blending that out with a nice big fluffy brush. I'm going to use this brush again for some blending. Okay, so now I'm going to take a Lancome holiday palette, and I'm going to be mixing a lot of different shades here. I'm using this lighter pink first, and I'm just going to tap that right onto the eyelid. And eyeshadow is all about like building and blending, so continue to build your color up as natural or as intense bold as you would like it to be. So I'm going first with this lighter shade, and now I'm going to go back with a little bit darker of a pink and layer that right on top. And I'm just blending that out again. Really focus on blending your edges out into the crease. And once I get that blended how I like, I'm going to take a little bit more pointed of a brush into a little bit darker shade here and just play around in the crease a little bit. I definitely focus it more on the outer corner of the eye, and you definitely want to bring that darkness like halfway in. I do kind of bring it all the way across. I have a bigger eye shape, so it does work for me, but whatever you feel most flattered in is how you should apply. Blending is really your best friend when it comes to shadow. I like to do those windshield wiper motions back and forth, and like circular motions too. So you don't really know where the colors end and begin. They just flow together very nicely. And you just build that darkness up as much as you'd like. It's better to add a little bit, blend, and then go back and add more. I kind of stipple in that color when I really want it a lot darker and intense. So now I'm taking that big fluffy brush that I used in the beginning with the white, and I'm just going around the outside to clean up those edges again just a little bit more. I definitely moved through my eye look a lot quicker than I normally do, just for the sake of this video. Now I'm taking a thin brush, and I'm taking that dark shade that I used in the crease, and I'm bringing it underneath as well to serve as like a liner. It just kind of pulls the whole look together when you take that darker shade and you bring it underneath. I focus it more towards the outer corner again, but you can bring it all the way across, whatever you're most comfortable with. Now I'm going to take a liquid eyeliner. I have two different ones that I really like. I have one by Clinique and I have one by NYX. I'm going to use the NYX one today. Everyone always asks me how I do my wings, so I'm attempting that very quickly here. Probably not my best work, but I start on the outside and I create the wing. I do the line and then I connect it back to the eye. And then I just, again, fill in and continue following that line. Today I didn't bring it all the way into my tear duct. I just brought it most of the way. So I like to do that because it keeps the tear duct area kind of clean, and it doesn't get down into my eyes or anything. And it just keeps the eyes nice and open too when you focus that liner towards the outside. Just zooming in a little bit for you here. Show you how I do this. When doing wings, it takes a little bit of practice and there's no need to get discouraged. Practice makes perfect, especially with makeup. You might not get it the first time, but the more you do it, the easier it will become. Sometimes I just do a straight line as well, and that's fine, especially if you have more of a hooded eyelid. That might be more flattering for you. Now I'm going to take I grabbed the wrong one first here, but I'm going to grab an intense black eyeliner from Clinique, and I'm putting that right up in my lash line. Do a tight line, it's called. So that colors in that fleshy area, so you can't really see where the eyeliner and then your skin end and begin. So here I'm taking a lash primer from Clinique and I'm going to put that on before my mascara. This coats and lifts the lashes before you put your mascara on. It's got vitamins in there to strengthen. I love a primer. It separates them. It gives you a lot more length and volume. And then I'm going to use the Clinique Extreme Volume High Impact Mascara. I love this mascara. When I use this combination, I always get asked if I have on false lashes. It's got a nice big wand on there, gives you a lot of separation, a lot of lift and volume. Very pretty. And I'm just building that up as much as I like it, but you do however you like. I'm going underneath and getting my bottom lashes as well. Again, it's personal preference for me. I did get a little bit of mascara on my lid here, so no need to fret when you do that. Let it dry and then take an eyeshadow brush and just buff it out and it will come off pretty easily. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of lipstick. This color is Bear Pop from the Clinique Pop lipstick line. It is very close to my natural lips, just gives me a little bit of color just to pull this whole look together. All right. And here's the look in less than 25 minutes.